Welcome back, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, if you're looking to sell your house, you came to the perfect place. And that's because I put together my top 5 preps or preparations you should consider before you sell your house, before you list it, before you put it on the market. You know, I say selling a home is a lot like the dating scene. Whether you already found your significant other or you're still out there in what I call the meat market, you know, you're doing everything possible to maximize your chances of finding that one special person. You know, whether it's, you do your hair, you get your extensions, you pluck your eyebrows, get rid of that unibrow, guys. Get your best suit on, do a mani-pedi, whatever you can, again, to improve your chances of finding that one special person you're going to hopefully spend with, the rest of your life. And, real estate is no different, right? It's not, because you're doing everything you're possible to make your house look spectacular. That way you get as many eyeballs as you can on your property, and hopefully there's that one person out there, that special person, as I said, that'll give you an awesome offer and give you the maximum return on your investment. I always say it's you never get a second chance at a first impression, right? That's what they say, And it's important, especially in a market where there's a seller's market. You're looking to sell your house. Well, yeah, there's a lot of buyers out there that just trying to gobble a few homes that are out there, but also you got competition. There are other sellers out there doing whatever they can to make their house look spectacular, in a sense, take away those buyers that are looking your house, bring them over to their side, and hopefully they'll get that one special person with that awesome offer in hand. So you got to do everything you can, again, to maximize your chances of getting that home. Now, I put together this top 5 list. National Association of Realtors also has its own top 5 list, and it's basically the same thing, except I kind of switched some things around. Their number one item on the top 5 list is definitely not mine. I put mine way at the bottom. And 2 of their items I kind of combined because it's basically the same thing. And saying that, coming up in the video, I'm going to show you 2 great examples, listings that I had. Now, one of them, we made a decision 2 weeks before listing, and it turned out to be a stroke of brilliance, a genius by my sellers to agree to a suggestion that I had made that came back and, really, they really cashed in on this one. Let's just put it to you that way. Then another one that, the decisions made before listing maybe wasn't a great one, kind of changed course about 3 weeks into the listing, and it really paid off there at the end. Hey, before I show you my top 5 list, guys, I'm Julian Gonzalez, and I'm a real estate broker with RSVP Brokers ERA here in beautiful Seattle. If at any point in this video you kind of like something, you think, it's kind of cool, greatly appreciate you liking this video, and maybe you think it sucks, you're like, why would you put that as number 1? Or why would you put that as number 3? Guys, please put that down below in the comments, because it'll help other viewers that are looking at this video and not knowing what to do to sell their house, and maybe they could learn from our experiences, right? Subscribing to my channel, that will really help as I look to make this video or this channel grow as much as I can. Okay, here we go. Without further ado, here's number 5 of our top 5 preps you should consider doing in your house before you put it on the market. Number 5 is warranties, guarantees, and manuals. Guys, what does that mean? Okay, so we all have that one drawer, right, in our kitchen that's full of junk. A lot of times in there's a lot of manuals in there, or user manuals for appliances. So those are going to come helpful when you are selling your house or already after you accepted an offer. Why? Because you're going to have buyers asking, hey, you have a fancy refrigerator. How does it work? Oh, here you go. Oh, hey, you know what? Here's the important one, guys, warranties and guarantees. Hey, you market it as, hey, a brand new roof with a transferable warranty. Do you have that receipt? See what I mean? So it's important to have those, because people are going to ask for that. Oh, you said a newish furnace. Okay, can you have a receipt there? How long is it the warranty for? Or they just service the AC. How long is that? How long do I guarantee the work? Whatever it may be. So those are important to have, right? Kind of boring, number 5, but it's still very important. Put all that in a Ziploc bag and ready to go. Number 4. This one's okay. This one I laugh because this was the number 1 item on the NAR's top 5 preps before you list your home. Consider pre-sale inspection. Now, hear me out. It could easily be number 1. Don't get me wrong. Easily. I know there's brokers going, sure, Julian, this actually should be number 1. Yeah, whatever. Okay, this is just my opinion. It is very important. Extremely, extremely important, because If you do a pre-inspection, the inspector is going to give you a laundry list of things to do. Because I'll guarantee you, if you have a sliding door that's squeaking or off its rail and all that stuff, you don't get that fixed, you're going to have a buyer come in and say, oh, they're going to nickel and dime you during negotiations. Oh, well, the sliding door doesn't work well. The deck outside is not sanded down. The walls are, gosh, the paint's coming off, blah, blah, blah. Or you have dark walls, it's going to cost me a lot of money, and they're going to try to bring down the price on you, right? They're going to go for a discount. Everybody's looking for a discount, So I always say, if you're a buyer, put yourself in the seller's shoes. If you're a seller, put yourself in the buyer's shoes. More on that in just a short bit. So that's very important that you do. Now, the reasons I'm like, about doing a pre-sale inspection is because, number one, when you do a pre-sale inspection, especially during a busy market, seller's market, let's say in the spring here in Seattle, things are crazy. We have very low inventory, so people are just buying whatever, and you have a multi-offer situation, which that's what most sellers want, right? If there are a little bit of homes out there, and you have 6, 7 people bidding for your house, does it really matter that you fix those little items, those ticket items? No, because they're going to take the house no matter what. For the most part, when you get caught in a multi-offer situation, you have buyers, which I don't agree with, waive an inspection. We'll let them worry about it. So why get a pre-inspection? They don't care what the door is squeaking, the paint's not bad. Why fix all that stuff? But it could help you, weed out the people that are not serious. You could say, hey, here's the inspection, pre-inspection. See what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like it, then don't submit an offer. Now, the other reason I don't like about pre-inspection, it's you're taking a chance, is because once you have knowledge of something, especially a big ticket item, you have to disclose it. Here's what I mean. So let's say you had no idea, you never gone to the roof, no idea. An inspector found some termites inside the attic. Well, now you have knowledge. Now you have to disclose it. Whereas if you wouldn't have had that inspection, you didn't know, you don't have to put it in the seller disclosure form because you don't know, you had no idea. And you have people that are just bidding her house, waiving inspection. You know what? They're going to take it. They don't even know, hey, should have asked. You waived it. That's your problem. So that's why I say, having knowledge is good, but maybe those kind of, I don't know. It's tricky. So just talk to your broker and you guys can kind of strategize with that. But that's So this one leads me to this next one. Number 3 on top 5 preps you should consider doing to your home before you list it. Okay, so example I gave you, the roof, all right? I said attic. This is the roof. Now, I have 2 stories I'm going to give you about this one. So you have the roofer, and you had a guy doing a carpet. Now, the reason I put those 2 here is consider getting some estimates, right? So let's say the roof is on its last legs or it is not going to be. So get some estimates before you list a house. That way, when a buyer comes and says, hey, thank you for accepting my offer. Now, hey, by the way, my inspector found that roof sucks. And trust me, a buyer is going to go for the most expensive, best person out there, right? Because they're not going to pay for it. They're going to hopefully you pay for it as a closing cost or whatever it may be as a credit. They're going to go for it. So if you fix that beforehand, that might help you out a lot. Or at least you have an estimate. So when they give an estimate of $25,000, remember, you're the seller. You're the one that picks it. You say, well, I got this one for 15. You're ready to go. You're not wasting time. Right? Because you have 30 days. For the most part, 30 days. And you could ask for an extension, but that's not always guaranteed in my experience, right? Same thing with the rug. Oh, it's the carpet, rather. Oh, it's going to cost, well, you see, get an estimate. I bring this up for a reason. So I had a listing several years ago in Redmond, beautiful equestrian style home. Great home on 2 acres. Great. The roof we knew wasn't that great. My sellers, Patricia and Colin, are the best. I love them. We're like, man, you guys should consider maybe fixing that roof because you told me it's been leaking a little bit. They're like, yeah, okay. They took the decision, which was a brilliant one, to replace the roof 2 weeks before we put it on the market. So we marketed the house as beautiful equestrian 2-acre home with a brand new roof installed 2 weeks ago with a transferable warranty. I'll guarantee you that helped us a lot, guys. Why? Because if we would have just left the roof like that, you could say that, buyers are going to say, no, the roof doesn't look good, or even in a seller's market, it's going to cost a lot of, it's going to cost a lot of money. A lot of them might not make an offer because everybody's thinking a roof is going to cost $25,000 or $30,000, whereas this roof cost them I'm going to say it was around $18,000, $19,000, and it looked spectacular. And it helped us. We listed for $995. I said, hey guys, let's list under $1 million because none of the homes around that area were for under $1 million. So we got a lot of attention. At the end of the day, we had, I think the second day of open house, we had 24 people show up, 24. Third day, we had 30 people show up. 12 offers in hand, all cash, winning bid, $1.21 million. And I'll guarantee you that new roof helped us get that money. Show you the home. This is the home. Look how nice it is. The problem was up here by the chimney. It was all rotted. Took pictures. But look how nice it looked. It made the pictures. When you do these kind of upgrades, guys, when you make things look painting the outside of the house, do the landscape, whatever you mean, it looks great in pictures. How do people find homes nowadays? On the internet. 99% of millennials look for the first home on the internet. If his house doesn't look great, people are going to swipe. They just want the pretty things, right? So consider that. But look how fantastic came out. Only 2 week old roof on this building. That was awesome. Now, the thing I told you about the carpet is also a listing that I had. Buyers, the carpet, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't look that great. Buyers said, no, let's get it professionally cleaned. I'm like, okay, let's give it a try. First week of the weekend of the open house, people walked down and we had, I don't know, maybe a total of 30 people in 4 days open house, 4-day open house. People showed up. 95% of the people said the carpet. Beautiful house, great school district. It's also in Redmond. Oh my God, this place is fantastic. However, it's the carpet. I'm like, shoot. I even went out. It wasn't done well. It wasn't my guy. I didn't suggest the person. So what I did is I went to Fred Meyer's, which if you're not from here, it's kind of like a Walmart here in the Pacific Northwest. Got a carpet stain remover. I was out there, my hands and knees. You can see me right there, spraying, trying to clean it up, the edges, trying to make it look nice. It didn't work. So my sellers were awesome. They're like, Julian, we need a pivot. Let's do something. You had suggested getting a carpet. So we got some estimates, $3,200. Only $3,200 for this carpet. Put it out. Within 3 days after we installed it, we got an offer. But imagine, look at it this way. We would have done the carpet beforehand, before we listed. All those, we had, what did I tell you, 25 people showed up, whatever it was. We could have, I guarantee you, would have had an offer back then. But because we're like, yeah, let's try to save a little bit of money. It costs us really at the end. That's just my opinion. The number 2 of our top 10 list of, a top 5 list rather, a top 5 list of preps you do to house is clean, declutter, and depersonalize. What do I mean by that? Hey guys, you know what? As I said at the top of the video, it's about getting other people's attention. You never, ever get a second chance at making a first impression, right? Make the house look spectacular. The outside, put flowers. I did it to one of my listings, bought some flowers at Home Depot, flowers, and it cost me $3 each one. Make it look nice, right? That's the important thing, because if you're looking at a house, you're driving by and it looks disgusting, I'll show you some pictures. You're like, I don't want to go in there. Imagine what it looks like on the inside. Well, imagine you go into a house, guys. This is what I mean by declutter a lot of these houses. Look at this room. Some of you are like, oh, that's the perfect house. Most likely you're going to be a guy. But look how cluttery it looks. It makes the room look smaller. It makes it look way smaller. Take out all this stuff. Look at the bookshelf. I'll take all this stuff, put some nice. And this is, again, guys, for people that you don't want to spend money on staging, although I think staging is very important. I'll tell you why. But look at all this. Clean all this. Fix this all up. And I know a lot of you guys decide not to stage because you're still living in the house, but make sure you try to keep it clean. All this stuff you could put in the garage. Get a storage unit. It doesn't cost a lot to get a storage unit in some of these areas. Put all this stuff there. Declutter. Dark green wall. Guys, dark colors make a space look even smaller. Put a fresh coat of paint. Invite some friends over. A pizza party. Help them. Let them help you paint a house, a room, whatever it may be. Big furniture. I've gone into houses where I'm like, the room isn't really that small, but it's not that big, and they have big cluttery sofas. Not my style, but I'll tell you what, that big furniture made the room look a lot smaller. So declutter, get rid of a lot of that stuff. Also, before I forget, one important thing, get rid of pictures, guys. If there's personal pictures, don't put pictures in there of you and your family, your friends, whatever it may be, because when a buyer goes inside, it's going to make them feel like, oh, wait a minute, I'm intruding in somebody's house. This ain't really my house. It's kind of like I'm on a little vacation here, but it doesn't personalize house. So you kind of depersonalize. So take away those pictures. I went into a house with a buyer of mine in Snohomish, and there's a picture. There's a living room. The bedroom, the primary bedroom, and next to it was the husband and wife. She was pregnant, and I'm looking at it. My buyer looked at me, and we looked at the bed. We looked at her. We looked at that bed. We looked at them. We saw her pregnant. We saw the bed. I'm like, no, they made that there. They made that baby there. We didn't get the house. I mean, I don't know if that was a deciding factor for my buyer, but yeah, it didn't look good. So take away all those pictures. Now, check out this pic. Check out this guy. Bobby. Bobby's lazy. Bobby should be fixing up the house, cleaning up this kitchen. Guys, an important thing to do, especially in the kitchen, is take everything off the countertops. Take it all off. Why? Because right here it's showing you that there's not enough room. Maybe leave like a mixer on there, but take everything out, hide them, put it somewhere. Put it in the, storage unit, put it in the garage. But get rid of all this stuff. I mean, it's just showing me there's not a lot of room for things. Declutter all this stuff. Maybe this table, depending on the size of the kitchen or the unit, maybe you might want to get rid of it because maybe it's making the kitchen look a lot smaller. All right, so again, it doesn't cost you anything. Just put stuff away. Get off your lazy ass like this dude Bobby looking at the video. By the way, anything weird about this picture? Anything that's, a single unit washer and dryer in the kitchen. So you can make spaghetti and fold your underwear at the same time. Poof, genius. I go, maybe they're European because they do have different things out there in Europe if you've never been to. But I guess practical if it's not a big space. Now, if you decide to stage it, a lot of people are, I don't know about staging. Yeah, I don't know about that. It costs a lot of money. Well, agree. On the low end, you might find staging $1,800 around there. High end, obviously a lot higher. $3,500, even 10, multi-million-dollar houses, even $20,000. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous some of the prices. But a lot of people are like, no, we'll just leave it like that. Maybe in a seller's market, it's not worth it because people are just gobbling the house. But I always say that not all buyers have a good eye for creativity. To look at a space, an empty space, and the furniture go here like that. And there's a good example of that. By putting some stuff here, maybe a couple plants here, maybe a TV here, sofa here, it would make it look nicer, right? You got to agree. Consider that when you were out looking for a house, maybe the house that you're in right now, you said to yourself, you know what? The houses that were staged were the ones that attracted me the most. The ones you walked in, it's kind of cool, right? Now consider this. This one's staged. Look how nice it is. Nice little furniture. It looks inviting. So I can picture myself there, some friends, maybe put it. I would never put that there. I'm a dude. I'm a guy. I would totally put it. 62-inch television right there. Watch some great soccer matches out there. But that's what I would do. I can envision myself with my friends. Here's a little patio. Put a little furniture there. We're all having a good time watching a football game, watching the Seahawks. And there's a barbecue out here. So it gives you man, this is awesome. So that's why I say, it's something you should consider. It's only like 1%. I think the National Association of Realtors came out with a study that 1%, it's really 1%, staging 1% of the total value of a house or the list price of a house. And I think it's something like 78% or something like that of people that staged their house saw a return on their investment by as much as 10 or 15% from the list price. So it's something you should really consider. You don't have to do it, but I think it would be a kind of good idea. Now, go on and check this out. Curb appeal. Now, these are the two lists that I put together. I told you I put two lists together that the National Association of Realtors had. They had clean the house and curb appeal separate. I put it together. It's all the same thing. It's about the makeup, the hair extensions, plucking the unibrow out. It's all making it look good. Check this guy's house. Now, I can't say I've ever seen a half a mannequin inside a toilet, but I have seen a toilet in the front of a house on the side. It was like, why would you want to go in this house, right? And especially if this is the picture that comes out on Redfin, Zillow, wherever it may be, why would you want to go into that house? It doesn't appeal to you. Again, people swipe. Next house, next house, next house. And if you're driving by, you see this, you can only imagine what it looks like on the inside. So consider hiring landscapers. It's not, they're not, a lot of them are not expensive at all. Do it yourself. Cut the grass, paint some of the walls. Power washing the sidewalks. Some of these are, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, right? Power wash a lot of this stuff out. and it makes it look bright, freshen it up, make it look really, really nice. In fact, I got a plant in my living room. That's my model. It's my real estate assistant. It's a bird of something. I always forget the plants. Am I good with my plants? Bird of something. That I've taken to listings, right? I put it because I think it adds something to it. Two of my listings, I just put one time I put in one of my listings in the front, made it look great, and one time I put it in the back. Kind of gives a little bit of life. So things, put little flowers here. Doesn't cost a lot of money that you can do yourself. Now, remember that house that I showed you my friends who had the roof done? The equestrian home in Redmond? This is the front entrance to the house. Look how cool it looks. But this was total grass, super, super high. My friend didn't have horses. So it was just super, super high grass. There are trees, limbs hanging over here. 2 other trees over here. Well, 6 friends got together, cut all the grass, cut down some branches, some trees, uprooted some trees, painted, retouched the entrance to this, took out all the weeds from there, put in some new gravel, and look how nice it looked. It looked inviting. It's one of my top pictures in my listing. Huge difference, guys. Curb appeal is everything. Again, it's your first impression. You don't get a second chance, right? So that's very, very important. Now, once you do all that, look at it, it'll come out. What the house could look like, rather. Simple. How much one of these little plants? I don't know what kind of plant it is. Little yellow flowers. $4, $5? How about some of my Fred Meyers? The house that I told you about the carpet, that had a bad carpet. I went and bought some hanging pots that were on sale. Hung it on the front of the house. And it cost me in total maybe $11, but it made it look cool. Little things you could do, power wash, maybe the siding and all that stuff, and the front, make it look spectacular. That's more inviting, especially for people that look at homes first, which most of them do on Zillow or Redfin. And the number one thing you should do in my top 5 preps you should consider before you list a home is, yes, you're saying, Julian, it's missing. There's no words here. No, there's plenty to be said here. Guys, yes, that's me down here. But these are some of my, this tells a million stories here. These are just some of my buyers and sellers throughout the years that I helped buyers sell real estate. Colin and Patricia and her son Lucas, they're the ones with the equestrian home. Gotti is one of my favorite people of all time. Helped to buy a place in Madison Valley. Angela and her husband Jeff helped to buy a property out in Walla Walla. Yes, I went that far. The Tangs, one of the coolest people you'll ever meet in your life. Cheyenne and her husband, the kids out in Olympia. It's just a great experience with all these people, guys. The important thing is that you find someone, a broker, to help guide you through what is and can be, or is really, a stressful period when you want to sell a house. There's so many things to consider and do to prep a house, get a house ready to put it out on the market. And that's what we do 24/7. So get yourself somebody that, you know, has the knowledge, experience, like that guy. I'm kidding. Well, I'd be honored if you pick me, but there's great brokers out there that can help you out without, again, sharing their knowledge. Just like the story I told you about the roof, the carpet. Those are stories that I'm gonna bring into my next experience with a buyer or seller that I'm like, this happened to me at this certain time that I don't think it's a good idea, or it's a good idea. It's not a great idea. Remember, guys, we do this 24/7 as a broker. We do this 24/7. I know a lot of you guys think you're already real estate brokers because you get on Zillow. And Zestimate says, the worst thing you could ever tell a broker, Zestimate says that my house is valued this much. You're like, trust me, they do that. Or you see it on Redfin. You know, this is what we do. And I always tell my people that I work with, I go, look, always keep in mind that I'll always have your best interest at heart. I'll always do what's best for you. Share my knowledge, because I am not a salesperson. I am not a salesperson. Don't even say that. This is more like a real estate professional. I'm just here to help guide you and kind of move you to one direction to say, you know what, this is what it's going to take to maximize your return on your investment. And if we do this together, both parties, yourself and myself, are going to be very happy. And I can happily say, all these people you say here, to this day, years of me working with all these people, they're still my friends. We still connect for whatever reason. Hey, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Well, let's get together for a drink. You know, that's the most important thing. Somebody, guys, that you trust and you really, really like, and you know that it's giving maximum effort for yourself. And also, like I like to say, there's a saying that goes, if I tell you what you want to hear, I'm doing it for me. But if I tell you what you don't want to hear, I'm doing it for you. Good luck, guys.